Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, there is something that we all agree on, that Rigathi Gachagua, after the impeachment, cannot hold a public office, cannot hold an elective office, cannot hold those offices. That is something that we all agree on. Now, that could have been the strategy of Kenya Kwanza to try to neutralize Rigathi Gachagua. But Rigathi Gachagua has proved to be a professor of politics and invented a way of punishing all members of parliament, all the leaders in Mount Kenya who are allied to William Samoei Ruto. Now, in Rigathi Gachagua's latest plan that has been shared by the Star newspaper, I was just going through the Star newspaper, then I came across an article there where Rigathi has mounted an elaborate plan that is seeking to replace William Ruto's leaders in Mount Kenya. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, based on the political trends in Mount Kenya, this plan of Rigathi Gachagua might work. So I want us to go into some of the names that Rigathi has fronted, ones that are going to host all leaders allied to William Samoei Ruto within Mount Kenya. Mind you, there's a time I told you that one of Rigathi Gachagua's top prioritized plan is how to eliminate all leaders in Mount Kenya that are allied to William Ruto. So that by that move, Rigathi knows very well that he shall have contained Mount Kenya. So his prospects or maybe securing 70 to 80% of the leadership of Mount Kenya. So I want us to go further into this story that is trending regarding Rigathi Gachagua's plan, because I understand there was a midnight meeting that was highly tense, and this was to try to come up with candidates who are going to host all the leadership in Mount Kenya that are allied to William Ruto. So before we get further, kindly like this video. It's so important because when you like this video, that is the only way YouTube will share our video to other people. Now subscribe to our channel if you are not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So thank you so much for that support. Now, I was telling you about Rigathi Gachagua's new plan, the game plan. And honestly speaking, I give these chances of a success in the plan, I give it around 80%. It's going to work. Because right now, unless things change, but if elections are to be held today and Rigathi Gachagua fronts his own people, then his people are going to host William Ruto's people. I'm talking about these leaders, the member of parliament, MCAs, women rep. And that is based on what is happening in Mount Kenya right now, the mood on the ground, if elections were to be held today. Now, in what appears to be a calculated political plan, Rigathi has no plans of endorsing Kiharu member of parliament, a replacement, a challenger, no plan for that. Most likely, Ndini Nyoro has played his political cards pretty well. Rigathi is not planning to replace Ndini Nyoro because he claimed back then that he could not, backstab his own brother. That he meant the issue of impeachment. Now, but one target that Rigathi Gachagua has is Murang'a. And in Murang'a, we all know that the governor is Irungu Kang'ata. And Irungu Kang'ata, ndio huyu unasikiaga barua ya Irungu, barua ya Kang'ata, Irungu Kang'ata, when he wrote a letter to Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta back then, when the issue of BBI was becoming overly unpopular in Mount Kenya. So he wrote a letter to Uhuru Kenyatta, and that letter was shared, Now, in Murang'a County, Rigathi wants to endorse Senator Joe Nyutu to face off with Irungu Kang'ata. So the big question is that going to work? Because based on what I've gathered, Irungu Kang'ata has received multiple honors, especially international recognition for his leadership style. So how is this going to work? Is it going to work? This kind of recognitions, are they going to work to the advantage of Dr. Irungu Kang'ata? You know, just like I told you, he received international awards not once, not twice, but thrice for good leadership. So are the Mount Kenya people going to overlook that and look at things in Rigathi Gachagua's own way? Most likely, that is what is going to happen. These people are going to agree with the Rigathi Gachagua and offer a replacement as advised by Rigathi Gachagua. Now, I want us to also go to other names. Now, like for example, in Thika Town, it's alleged that Gachagua is backing Wainaina Wajangol, who is now the former area member of parliament of Thika Town. And Wainaina is supposed to replace the incumbent. Now, for the Muranga women representative position, Gachagua is supporting Wambui Nyutu, to replace the incumbent. Whereby in Kiambu Town, Jude Njomo is supposed to replace the incumbent. Whereby in Lemuru, word has it that Peter Mwathi is going to replace the incumbent. But of all these replacements, his biggest plan is MATHIRA. MATHIRA, that is where Rigathi Gachagua wants to do everything possible within his disposal to edge out WAMUMBI. Now, talking about WAMUMBI, WAMUMBI was Rigathi Gachagua's right-hand man. And going by what happened, Rigathi, it's alleged that he gave him a direct ticket because he wanted him to be the person who is replacing him in MATHIRA, because Rigathi Gachagua was a member of parliament in MATHIRA. So he looked for WAMUMBI and he replaced wakati huo because he believed in WAMUMBI. But then you all know the relationship between Rigathi Gachagua now, because it's not as rosy as it was when they took over. Walikosana, and that's why WAMUMBI was at one particular time believed to be the one who was crafting the impeachment. That's why you find that some of the contents of that impeachment document which was presented in parliament, some details could have come from WAMUMBI, who allegedly knew Rigathi Gachagua kwanza kitambo na so many secrets he knows. So most likely he could have shared so much secret to the people who are fronting impeachment, so that they could use that information to fight Rigathi Gachagua. So Rigathi believes that is what could have happened. So he wants someone. In fact, he's not even identified who is going to do that, to replace WAMUMBI. But he's looking for someone to beat WAMUMBI. And let me be honest with you, WAMUMBI will be hosted. I mean, of all these people, I'm very sure that WAMUMBI ataenda. Anajua ataenda kwa sababu in MATHIRA, pale moto imewaka. The last time I checked, WAMUMBI attempted to have a roadside rally na ilikataliwa. Even the Nyeri Town MP tried. Now all the time he used to try, alikuwa hafaulu. So imagine that is Nyeri Town MP. What about MATHIRA? Pale Rigathi Gachagua sasa ndiye anatoka kabisa. Haitawezekana. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was telling you about Rigathi Gachagua's latest plan. This plan by Rigathi Gachagua, personally, I give it 80% success rate. It is going to work because of the mood on the ground, unless something happens along the way, which I don't think is going to happen. 3 years down the line, 2 years, 1 year size inaenda. The second year itakuwa ni year ya kupanic. So most likely, if the people in Mount Kenya were given most CS slots na bado hawataki, wamepewa mpaka CS wao huko Nyeri na bado CS kutoka Nyeri bado hawataki. So means this remaining 2 years, the kind of pressure that Rigathi will mount, the kind of pressure will most likely disturb Ruto's agenda in Mount Kenya. Because already we've seen it, especially with the wave of abduction, we've seen it, So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there. But kindly, if you don't mind, just go below in the comment section and tell us about this plan from Rigathi. Do you think it's going to work? Because personally, how I view Rigathi Gachagua, I think he's someone who has nothing to lose. He's not going to vie for anything. What he's going to do is probably come up with a party, have these people be members in that party, then promote this party in Mount Kenya, so that EU and party in Mount Kenya, a vehicle he'll be using to have future mergers with other people. I think that is what is happening, ladies and gentlemen. And the most likely, this is a strategy to bounce back as a DP in maybe 2032. Because wakati huo maybe let's assume court itakuwa isha deal na hii kesi kasema hii impeachment haikuwa ya haki, sasa hii impeachment cannot hold water. Lakini atakuwa yeye ni si deputy president, lakini itakuwa Kindiki ndio deputy president, lakini Rigathi sio deputy president. Lakini court imesema walimuonea. So it means anaweza kusimama. So 2032, that is where Rigathi Gachagua's eyes are on. Because he knows that 2027, despite the fact that wanataka kumtoa huyu wanamuita Kasongo, yani wanataka kumtoa Ruto, lakini wanajua kama ni kivumbi itakuwa ngumu kumtoa Ruto, especially venye Sudi alisema. So what's going to happen ni kwamba Rigathi anatengeneza zile machine, anatengeneza zile mikakati zake zote, so that in 2032 he can have something to bargain on. So that will be the Mount Kenya block. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to rest my case there. Just go below in the comment section and you can offer a reaction. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.